The shop is not that active, so that happens. As you know, the government right now is concerned about electricity. Electricity is one of the major engines of the economy in this country.
You need to weigh the mass of sodium hydroxide, the mass of water, and the mass of cooking oil. After doing that, you mix sodium hydroxide with water.
Let's give a round of applause.
Event which is happening here today at Maiwa Boarding Secondary School. We have gathered children from various schools and zones in our district to come and participate in JETS activities. And by JETS, what I mean is these are simply an acronym which stands for Junior Engineers, Technicians and Scientists, which is a science program under the Ministry of Education, which engages learners in the schools, the out of school, those in tertiary institutions, and then also teachers who are in schools to come and showcase their intellectual abilities and personal innovations which they have created during this fair.
Bring it down. Mr. Bonner, the children were given a task to prepare a cake for a diabetic patient. Bearing in mind that in our time we have people with conditions. So we wanted them to prepare a cake knowing that Mr. Mumbini can't live without eating a cake even if he's diabetic.
What we are doing here, even other districts are doing in all the parts of this province. So the best performing learners in all the categories which you have seen going on here will be the ones who are going to represent the district in the regional fair which will be held in Solwezi. So we will expect those learners to be the ones to go and represent the district, and then further, if at all they will do better also there, they will now represent the province at the Natural Science Center in Lusaka.
This skill is very important because it helps educate others on skills like daily lives and how to bake, how to cook, and it also helps in finding out the nutritional value that is in the food that we are cooking and preparing.
This innovation, we can send it as a car. When it reaches the place of operation, then it stands as a robot and start operating that mission which you send it.
I'm presenting to you how I made this soap using sodium hydroxide cooking oil. In sodium hydroxide, there are three elements that are there. There is sodium, oxygen, and hydrogen. Sodium hydroxide can also be used to determine the basicity of a substance by using a litmus paper.
It's important because this is where we learn a lot of things, like how to put makeup, how to do the eyebrows, the eyelashes, and the hairstyles. Cosmetology is not a very hard thing, it's simple, but although people they think it's very tough to do, but if they just put more effort and they can do it.
This windmill can make a windmill which can generate power, and that power can be stored into the batteries, which can be used in homes, supermarkets, shops, and in the farms. And so this one, I'm going to demonstrate it using a battery, which is going to be like a start of this guy. In here we don't have wind. Yes. So this one, when the motor, when this windmill is as it is going loud, the battery is going to be charged.
This alarm works like this. Maybe it's night time and you do not have proper security on the windows. It might work as in someone's trying to barge in your house. Then immediately someone tries to touch your window or tries to open it, then this will rotate because the shower machine is not that active, so that happens.
I think my appeal to the stakeholders is that we expect, I think, them to come on board and help in terms of logistical preparations, because some of the skills which these children are showcasing require some materials, like those who are doing bricklaying and landscaping, those who are doing welding and carpentry, electrical wiring, those who are doing food technology, cosmetology. There are a lot of things which are needed for those activities to be mobilized. But if we can have stakeholders coming on board to sponsor some, I think we are going to be having colorful events, and then the children might benefit. Bearing in mind that we have got a lot of companies now around who can support these children in these skills which they are showcasing.
Just activities is very important and very cardinal. I urge, I'll start with the schools. We're supposed to have a lot of zones and others that could shine away from it. So I would encourage them to ensure that they bring their learners here for exposure. Because if they come here, they won't go the same. But if they keep their learners in school, then learning there becomes static. Because learning is dynamic. They need to learn other things from other schools. So like in my case, my learners, they will never be the same.
It meant that we should study a lot of things, not only the things that is on our level. We should study above our level so that we can do better than what we've done.
There's a lot of activities that take place. Lastly, good to recognize that creativity and innovation are prosperity. Schools are a place that people are really thinking, I guess, and when I think of the Olympiads and the things that took place, it was one of a kind.
So we are trying to mold these learners to have skills which will enable them to survive, even if one has not gotten 6 points, but he is able to survive and earn a living. Even if one is unable to go to the university or to colleges, but by the time he or she is coming out of school, someone can start a business, someone can start a garage. So these are some of the skills which we are trying to impart in these learners, so that by the time they leave school, we will not just pass through school, but school should also pass in them, and they'll be able to survive.